Hello and welcome to this week's edition of 4 Wheel Drive TV. I'm Simon Christie. This week we've got mini 4x4 action. We're featuring the RC National 4x4 titles. We've got tech tips on a brand new tyre sealant, Tyre Pressures, Swaybars and diesel power chips. All that and plenty more on your favourite 4 Wheel Drive TV. Let's get into it.
Tread lightly, keep it safe, play hard.
This week we are kicking things off with one of the Your Rig trip reports. So what exactly is a Your Rig? Back when I started 4 Wheel Drive TV almost 10 years ago, I wanted to include the community we support as much as possible. The Your Rig concept basically allows us to feature a viewer's pride and joy. Let them tell us what it is, where they use it, how they've set it up, what future mods they have planned, and where their next trip will be. It's the ideal opportunity for others to see what the average viewer has and what they do with it. Better still, the Your Rig segment allows us to give away a stack of great prizes. So it's an awesome opportunity for the viewers and our supporters. Over the years, we have done a wide variety of Your Rigs featuring all manner of major models and makes, and we've done them in almost every state as well as New Zealand. With only 40 episodes produced each year, we can't feature everyone, but we do our best considering how difficult it is just to find the time, let alone transport the heavy prize packs around. Recently, we switched to a new format for the Your Rigs to make things easier for us, but far more interactive for the lucky winners. We now run a number of Your Rig trips and take a group of Your Rig winners out for a few hours of dirty but fun 4x4 excitement. Whilst this trip to Mount Disappointment in Victoria was the second trip of this kind, we have since done Your Rig runs in New South Wales, South Australia and back in Victoria. Trying to do our best to share things around, I'm excited to announce something new and special for our Western Australian fans. We can't bring the 500 kilograms worth of prizes on the plane with us, but I will be running a WA drive day for viewers on Thursday, November 7th, the day before the Perth 4 Wheel Drive and Adventure Show. So if you're in WA and you would like to tag along for a quick trip out to Mundaring, meet myself and be filmed for TV, then jump onto the 4 Wheel Drive TV Facebook page. And remember, we'd love to see you all out there. I'd like to thank all of those viewers who have entered and participated in the Your Rig competition over the years. I thoroughly enjoy receiving your emails, photos and information, as well as meeting many of you out on the trips. For full details on how to enter the Your Rig competition, simply stay tuned. The Riverland Challenge, South Australia's hottest 4x4 event, is locked in for the final weekend of October. For an amazing weekend of camping, socialising and 4x4 motorsport action, don't miss the high-flying Riverland 4x4 Challenge October 26th and 27th at the Loveday 4x4 Adventure Park near Barmera in South Australia.
A good quality aftermarket suspension is one of the best things you can put on a four-wheel drive because you'll appreciate it every time you drive the vehicle. One of the questions most people wonder is how far can they lift their vehicle? Now, generally speaking, most four-wheel drives, like Prados for example, you can lift to about 2 inches over standard without having to worry about things like drive-lane angles and so forth. So it's very important that when you buy suspension for your vehicle, you buy it off a reputable manufacturer who does the whole suspension kit. Don't go and buy a set of shocks off one company and a set of springs off another. Buy a fully integrated suspension kit for your vehicle that's been designed to improve things like ride, handling and load carrying capability. And again, make sure that the lift isn't too high so you don't need to worry about things like drive shaft angles, brake lines and so forth. You can buy suspensions that will raise the vehicle even higher than 2 inches, but there'll be a lot more modifications involved and you'll also have some legality problems in certain states. So in your case, no more modifications are necessary, providing you're dealing with a reputable aftermarket suspension supplier.
Holden's toughest 4x4 ever has arrived. Introducing the all-new Holden Colorado 7. It comes with 7 seats as standard and it's loaded with serious off-road grunt. You'll get 3-ton towing and the awesome 470 Newton-metre Duramax diesel engine, plus an impressive wading depth and hill descent control, all for the hardcore adventurer. The all-new Holden Colorado 7 is here. Take it off-road at your Holden dealer today.
Now, who doesn't want more power? And I bet that most of you with diesels have your hands in the air. DP Chip is not a snack food, it's the real deal, and simply modifies the engine's fuel injection parameters to increase performance to a measurable difference of up to 35% more power and torque and up to 10% better economy. DP Chip, the only diesel power chip with a 5-year warranty, 24/7 tech support and user adjustability. For more information on DP Chip Diesel Power, call 02 4877 1022 or visit dpchip.com.
Got a ute? Need more space? Need it to be safe and secure? And of course stylish? Then look no further than Carryboy. Designed with the true lines of your vehicle in mind and the ultimate in functionality, a Carryboy canopy will transform the look and performance of your utility. For more information on why Carryboy are the world leaders in canopy design, durability and practicality, visit carryboy.com.au.
Hello, I'm Mark Rady, I'm from Three-Way Works. Today I'm here to talk to you about how to protect your four-wheel drive tyres. You probably spend a lot of money on your four-wheel drive tyres. The last thing you want are punctures. A puncture could take you a long time to repair or could leave you stranded, and neither are a good situation. For years there have been products out in the market which have been a temporary tyre puncture repair. Many of these products have contained corrosive product which can damage your rim and also your tyre. There's now a new automatic tyre sealant available. It doesn't contain harsh chemicals, doesn't have a shelf life, safe to handle, it's reusable, it's easy to apply, and it works. The only tool you need is a valve remover. To apply it to your vehicle, just remove the valve, put the installation pump over the valve, pump it straight in, put the valve back in, inflate your tyre to the correct tyre pressure, and away you go. It's permanently in your tyre, but only works when you have a puncture. If when you're forward driving, you do get a breach of the tyre face, as you get a puncture and the tyre rotates and the puncture is at the lowest point of the tyre, air seal is instantly pushed into the puncture, creating a permanent seal. To the best of our knowledge, it's the only tyre sealant that has Kevlar fibre, and it's these Kevlar fibres that create the permanent seal. Installing only takes about 10 to 15 minutes. Each tyre requires 450 to 500 mil. It surprises most people, but it can be reclaimed from your old tyres and put into the new tyres, with no limitations on its performance. I'm Mark from Three-Way Works. We'll help you keep your air in your tyres.
Hi, I'm Alan Nankervis from the Melbourne Off-Road Radio Control Car Club. I'm the president down here. This weekend we're running the Australian Nationals for the IC Off-Road Truggy and Buggy. This weekend's event is sponsored by What Hobbies. They've been a big help to us in the past. We've been down here working on this track for about a month now, getting a heap of water into it, water being the secret to our track here, giving us a nice groove and made all the drivers nice and happy. Put together a new venue over the last few years, got a new driver stand and all the works. This weekend we're running Truggy and Buggy. This is the first time it's been back together for a few years. In the past we have run Truggy and Buggy separately, so being back together it's been quite a big event for ARCMARC, the association body. Truggy is the larger class as Buggy, and Buggy obviously being the premier class for us. Run a world title. We run the classes with 0.21cc, quite small, quite fast.
Hi, you got Savage Sam here. A good contingent of drivers have arrived. A battle between Kyle McBride, Aaron Stringer, Matt Griffin, Andrew Ford is about to take place. We've got an hour main to go through. 60 minutes of driving is hard work. On a Thursday, we had 95 km/h winds, which certainly put a lot of drivers to the test. It also changed the way qualifying happened because we had a lot of drivers who struggled with the wind, struggled with the sandblasting. It certainly made qualifying very challenging, and it certainly made the bump-up finals even more challenging for the drivers to make the 15-car final.
Hi, I'm Aaron Stringer, originate from Queensland Sunshine Coast. I'm 19 years old and I'm a professional 1/8 off-road RC car racer, sponsored by Kite Show. The track's a great facility. I've had consistent run. Guys put the event together here in Melbourne have done a really good job. The track's in mint condition. Looking forward to my finals, starting in 5th for the A-Main. The start should be interesting, but hopefully I can get clean of the rubble, have a clean first few laps and see how we go at the end.
Kyle McBride here. I'm current 2-time Australian National Champion for the 1/8 off-road titles. I'm looking to get my 3rd National Championship here. We've been running through qualifying and I've TQ'd the Buggy qualifying and my Buggy was really good. And the truck as well, and I was 2nd in that. So we're waiting for the semi-finals to happen and hopefully I can get the job done again, start off pole position in the final and hopefully I can get my 3rd National Championship for both classes.
Again, we want to thank the 4 Wheel Drive TV guys for being here, filming the event, helping everybody out, and again, the What Hobbies guys.
Hi, I'm Brad Smith from Mickey Thompson Tyres. People quite often talk to me about their tyre pressures, and when I ask a couple of questions, I soon find out they're running at what we would call the extreme range with their pressures, and that's either extremely too high or extremely too low. Running too high tyre pressure, you always risk severe chipping and damage to the tyres if you're travelling at high speeds on loose surface and gravel roads. Another sign that you might be running extremely high tyre pressures is a rough ride, so the vehicle is quite uncomfortable to drive in. And of course, like anything with too much pressure inside it, by running extremely high pressures, you always have a much greater risk of increased damage through the tread. Now, what are some of the signs where you might be running too low a pressure or extremely low tyre pressures? Well, it's pretty simple. In full drive applications, you may find you're actually rolling the tyres off the rim. This can really damage the tyre and obviously you lose control of the vehicle. Another sign of too low a tyre pressure or extremely low tyre pressure is cooking the sidewalls. You actually see blue, grey discoloration start to come through the sidewalls. This really is a warning sign that the pressure is too low and you need to increase it. This is particularly relevant if you're driving in sand at a high speed with too low a tyre pressure. And finally, one of the biggest risks of running extremely low tyre pressures is increasing the chance of damage to the sidewall of the tyre. Because you're not running on the steel belt, you may find you're actually running more on the sidewall than you are on the tread of the tyre. Of course, all of these problems are preventable just by running the right tyre pressure. Now, if you're not sure what pressure to run, your best bet is talk to your local tyre expert, or alternatively, go to the 4 Wheel Drive TV website and check out the Mickey Thompson Tyre Tips Guide.
On our recent trip to Tasmania's rugged west coast, we spent considerable time driving along the vast and pristine beaches, but on this particular beach, soft washouts in between the hard-packed tidal sands caught out our second camera car.
It's really soft here.
A snatch would have sufficed, but not wanting to risk getting our own rig stuck in the soft sand, I opted to call our mean mother boss winch into action. Hook to hook gave us plenty of length, and the recovery was completed within a few short minutes. Taking into account the location where our snatch strap was stored and the requirement for shackles, our winch recovery was probably as quick, if not quicker, than using a snatch. The trick when selecting which tool to use in any recovery will be to weigh up these factors: convenience, speed, and most importantly, effectiveness and safety. Have the right equipment, have the experience and know-how, and always put safety first in every recovery situation. In this instance, our Mean Mother Boss winch was able to quickly and efficiently sort the recovery. Stuck or mobile, it's just good fun and great experience. Just get off the couch and get out there.
The next generation of shock absorbers is here. Leading the way in 4x4 suspension development, Old Man Emu introduces the most advanced and finely tuned shock absorber on the market. Nitro Charger Sport incorporates a new valving system that instantly adapts to all terrain for an outstanding smooth ride and phenomenal control. Backed by a 3-year, 60,000 kilometre warranty, you can trust Nitro Charger Sport, built in Australia for Australian conditions.
When the going gets tough, when you're bogged down deep, or when your mates reach out for help, Mean Mother is your first choice for recovery gear and winches. From the Tough as Nails Edge series, built for passionate four-wheel drivers and packed with quality components and features, to the over-engineered Boss series, offering superior reliability, endurance and efficiency under the toughest conditions, Mean Mother has a winch for all applications. Check out meanmother.com.au and explore your limits with a Mean Mother winch, the mother of all winches.
At Terrain Tamer, we've tried to take all the hard work out of four-wheel driving, so you can be an expert as well as an enthusiast. Our parts interpreters talk fluent four-wheel drive because we're talking with 40 years' experience. We've got all the four-wheel drive parts and accessories that you'll ever need, so you can toss them in the back for cheap insurance. When you're miles from the closest mechanic, you'll appreciate that advice. Terrain Tamer, we talk fluent four-wheel drive.
G'day, my name's Dale. This is my 88 GQ Shorty. It was originally petrol, it's now diesel. Got a 33-inch tyres, 3-inch lift, roof rack, LED light bar. Future mods would be turbo, lockers front and rear, drawers and a fridge slide in the back. I've got some superior engineering products in there. I've got tie-rod arms, drag link arms and an adjustable rear panhard from Superior Engineering. They've been really good with their help and assistance in making sure they've got the car set up right, to make sure I've got diff angles and tail shaft angles and that all correct, so they've been really good. LED light bar's pretty good driving down the back streets around here at night. A lot of visibility from that too, and the roof rack's great. I usually spend most of our time up around here, Mount Disappointment, King Lake, Talangi and up the Murray. Our next big trip will be up to the Vic High Country over Christmas and New Year's, up through Dargo, Top of Hullo, Woods Point, all around there.
To enter the Your Rig competition, simply send an email to me, Simon at 4Drive TV. And each weekly winner takes home an electric blue span set recovery strap, a diesel fuel conditioner and additive from Responsive Engineering, an upper cylinder lubricant, stubby holder and hyper lubricant from Motorcoat, a copy of Wild Deer and Hunting Adventures magazine, a copy of Dirt Comp magazine and 2 copies of Blitz magazine. A solar pod buddy thanks to our friends at Roller Solar, a $100 gift voucher from Ozpig, a stubby holder from Allsat Phones, an AnySharp knife sharpener from Keyslar, a hat and stubby holder thanks to our friends at Superior Engineering, a HEMA Great Desert Tracks Atlas, a Donaldson diesel fuel filtration kit, a 360 gearbox emergency oil pack, a bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, a ration of Sanitarium Up and Go, a Carryboy hat, a stubby of Bundaberg ginger beer, a U-Fix-It windscreen repair kit, an emergency ration of Ocean Delight tuna, a comprehensive recovery kit courtesy of General Motors Holden, a prize pack from ARB including a drink bottle, travel mug, stubby holder and 4B key ring. And it's all securely wrapped up in an ARB cargo gear carry bag.
I'd like to thank Simon Miranda and 4Drive TV for taking us out for the day. It's been great, and thanks to all the sponsors for all the prizes. Cheers, guys.
Hi, I'm Nick Romano. Welcome to the Melbourne Off-Road Radio Car Club. Here we are today at the finals for the What Hobbies Australian titles. We've had 4 days of racing and it's all come down to this.
We've finished qualifying and we're into the finals now. We ran the truck and I was going pretty good, but then I had some dramas and my engine stopped, which was unfortunate, but I still ended up second in that. We're coming up to the Buggy finals now and I'm starting off the #1 position. So hopefully I can get my 3rd title. I'm really looking forward to the race. It should be some good racing. The track's come up really good. I hope I can get a 3rd done and hopefully the other guys can have a good race as well and it should be a really good race.
With an hour, the 15-car final, it's certainly a lot of concentration needed. Certainly the pit strategies come into play, the weather comes into play, the driver's ability to maintain concentration for 1 hour comes into play. Best of all is the guy that puts it all together on the day ends up being #1 in Australia. The last 2 years it's been Kyle McBride. This year the opportunity will be presented for Kyle to win 3 or for somebody else to take the crown.
Back with Kyle McBride, I literally just won the 1/8 Off-Road Buggy National Championship for the 3rd time in a row. I'm really super stoked to get the 3rd one. I've been working really hard with my racing and it's really paid off this weekend. Everyone did really well. Fellow Matt Griffin racer, he did really well. He was in 2nd place, as well as Aaron Stringer, who was in 3rd. And I can't thank all my sponsors enough. Kyosho, Proline, OS, K Propo, Venom, Here Plus, Upgrade, Potified, and without my dad, of course, none of this could happen. So I thank everyone so much and I'm really excited.
To find all the details in our club, our webpage is www.morrcc.com. You can find all the contact details there and when our race events are on.
Held on the last weekend of October every year for the past 7 years. This year's Riverland 4x4 Challenge is set to be the biggest and best ever. As the final round of the all-new Dirt Wars series, the 2013 Riverland 4x4 Challenge will see South Australia's best 4x4 competitors vying for final points during a tough weekend of challenging 4x4 motocross style racing. Held at the Loveday 4x4 Park near Barmera in South Australia, this event attracts spectators from right across the country with its spectacular jumps and action-packed racing. The park itself offers extensive on-site camping, toilets and showers, plus a fully licensed bar. So for a fantastic weekend of high-flying 4x4 excitement, how about joining us for the 2013 Riverland 4x4 Challenge over the final weekend of October? We'd love to see you there.
There's been a lot of talk for quite a while about LP gas in diesels. Quite frankly, we've just got to go back to the basics. Diesels need air, but they really run on fuel. And I just look at LP gas really as just another form of fuel. In fact, another form of fuel that actually burns quite hot. So you should be probably quite cautious when you're thinking about LP gas. You've got to install a tank. You probably need also registration compliance as well. I think the best thing is to probably keep your vehicle standard. If you wanted to performance upgrade your vehicle, instead of looking down that line, think about a chip. That would certainly be your first point. That's the tuning device. So that'll allow you to fine tune your vehicle. If you were looking at further upgrades after that, then you would think about an exhaust system. If you're looking at a fuel tank, that would really be there for long range more than economy or power or whatever. So if you've really got long distances to cover, then you would think certainly about a long range fuel tank. Nowadays there's good ones on the market. They're well over 100 odd litres and it can substantially increase the range of your vehicle. When it comes to a chip, you've got to remember again, you've got a very high technology vehicle. It's cost a lot of money. Don't waste your short dollars on putting on a cheap performing chip. Look for something that's got, for starters, a long warranty, probably a good money back guarantee. The main thing is engine and driveline warranty. I think nowadays with vehicles exceeding $60,000 to $80,000, you really want that peace of mind if you're going to be modifying your vehicle, that you do so backed by a company that's really got good support. And make sure you read the fine print, because a lot of warranties say all sorts of things and there's lots of hearsay. But read that fine print, because again, at the end of the day, when you come to put in a claim, you want to really be dealing with a reputable company when it comes to chipping your engine. One of the other big negatives when considering LP gas is really the availability. Remember, Australia's a very remote place. Currently we're in a very remote place, and if we ran out of LP gas, we certainly wouldn't be able to get the benefit from having it on there. So that's one thing to really consider, particularly across Australia.
I'm Damian Lynch from Yukon Enterprises. We're racing something a little bit unusual than most. It's actually probably the biggest truck out there. It's kind of big, nasty, whatever, but it's a GMC, 6-litre diesel. Oh, we love it. Oh, man, I can't talk right now. I haven't slept all night. We've been up working on it all day. Yeah, we've gone all right today. We were actually up all night long. We had a shaft in our power steering pump snapped in half last night. It actually has hydraulic steering, this, which is not so usual with winch challenge stuff, but we've broken so much stuff in the past, it seems to be the only way to go for us. Yeah, it's good. It puts a smile on my face.
Well, viewers, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you're watching next week. We're back to full-size rigs with Winch Truck Challenge, all of the excitement from that event. I'm Simon Christie. Tread lightly, keep it safe, play hard. I look forward to your company next week.